fixed on all of fixed and solid centered shake. Come drive this wretches to that part of the earth when nature never, when nature never, never yet did smile. Come fogs and damps, well, when the earthquakes let them howl, and languish in despair. Rise and obey, rise and obey, rise and obey the powerful Prince of the air.
everyone. We are so glad that you have tuned in to our recital. What you just heard was a set of three Purcell pieces and one duet by Bach. And what you're about to hear after this short interlude is a set of some German pieces followed by some British love songs. The Purcell and Bach set is a tribute to Reuben and his voice teacher Clara's love of early music, while the German set is a tribute to my voice teacher Laura's specialty in German. While the British love songs are just something that the two of us really enjoy singing.
And love songs, because this is, after all, about how we're not dating.
Very important.
Very important. So a couple words about the Purcell and Bach duets. Sound of Harley is from Purcell's opera King Arthur, and it's after the cold genius, who I am in that song, and Cupid, who Hannah is, have just had conflict, and they're like, everyone, make up, have peace, and all that. And then in the Bach duet, there's also some conflict. The soul is like, oh no, I'm not going to be saved. What should I do? Jesus, come revive me. And I'm Jesus. And I'm like, yeah, I'll come and revive you. So it's fun.
It's very reminiscent of our relationship. We typecast ourselves very closely.
Yeah, very much so. And before the German, I am going to sing a troubadour song from the 12th century by the troubadour Bernard de Ventadorn, and that song is in tribute to our professor and the coach for critical mass, the medieval Renaissance music group that we're both part of, Jamie Blazina. And thank you, Jamie, for your guidance over the years and your help on the old Occitan lyrics of this love song. Can vela lavet amover, de jaisas alas contrarai, que soblides laisa chaser, per la rosor calcolivai. Ai, tan gransen ve amen ve, de qui que uvea jausium. Meravillas ai cardese, lucorde deserernum fu. Ai las tan cuirava saber d'amor, et tan petit en sai, care od amar non pusc tener, se le son ja pro non aurai. Tot mamo cor, et tot mame, et semezes et tot lumon. E cansem tolc num lais et re, ma desirere cor volon. Us ab mi dons non pot valer, prex nimer sed nidres ceuai, ni ales novena placer ceulam jamais noi odirai. Ai sim pardelesem recre, mort ma e per mort lires evamentus in nombre te, Chaetius, Enesir, Nos aeum. Tristans non auret stemme, ceum vau caetius nos aeum. De chantar magicem recre, et de joy et amor mescun. Stand.
Bei dem Glanz der Abendröte ging ich still den Wald entlang. Da man saß und blies die Flöte, dass es wohl mit Worten und zog mich so sich nieder, küsste mich so, so süß, und ich sagte leise wieder, und der gute Junge blies. So meine Ruhe ist nun verloren, meine Freude floh davon. Und ich hol vor meinen Ohren immer nur den alten Ton.
Im Wind, im Sturm, aber fahr ich den Fluss, die Kleine durchweicher der Regen im Guss. Ich peitsche die Wellen mit mächtigem Schlag, die Wellen mit mächtigem Schlag, erhovet mir heiteren Tag, erhovet mir heiteren Tag. Die Wellen, sie jagen das ächzende Schiff, es drohet der Strudel, es drohet der Riff, Gesteine entkohlen den Felsigen hin, entkohlen den Felsigen hin, und Tannen erseufzen wie geistige Stimme, und Tannen erseufzen wie geistige Stimme. Brust. O himmlische, himmlische Lust, dem Sturm zu trotzen mit männlicher Brust. O himmlische, himmlische Lust. Forever, ach forever, gewährer Knochenmann, ich bin noch jung, gelebe und rühre mich nicht an. Und rühre mich nicht an. Gib deine Hand, du schön und zart gebildet, bin Freund und komme nicht zur Strafe. Sei gutes Mut, ich bin nicht wild, sollst sanft in meinen Armen schlafen.
So, in addition to everything that you just heard, which we hope you have been enjoying, we wanted to showcase some of our other interests. So, what we have next is a mix of um, songs that I've written, poetry that Reuben has written, things that both of us are interested in. So, the first piece that I'll talk about, what you're about to hear, is a ukulele piece that I wrote. It's called Existence Blues. And I got the lyrics by just documenting for a period of a couple of months things that I've heard people say on the street that either resonated with me a lot or I thought were super funny or didn't resonate with me at all. And I combined them all kind of to show a picture of the human experience. And I set them to ukulele chords, and you're going to hear it. After that, we have Arthur Russell cover, an Arthur Russell cover by Reuben. So I will stop talking and let Reuben talk about Arthur Russell for a little bit.
Yeah, thank you, Hannah. So Arthur Russell was a singer-songwriter and composer from the 1970s and 80s, and he was active in a bunch of different genres, and I am pretty obsessed with him and his music. I spent a whole summer writing poetry about it, and one of well, actually, before that, sorry, we're talking about the cover. And this is a cover of his song In Love with You for the Last Time that I am singing and playing on piano. And then now we're on to the poem. So I wrote a poem called Arthur Russell about his about the album cover of one of the compilations of his music. And in it, he has this really cool cowboy hat on and he's in a cornfield. And it's just fun and clever. And so I wrote this poem, and Hannah was lovely and kind enough to set it to music. And I really love the composition. And
Reuben was kind enough to let me mess with all of his poetry all summer and teach myself how to compose. So it goes both ways.
Oh, thank you, Hannah. Well, I'm really honored to have somebody setting my poetry to music, and it's a really nice piece, and I am really glad to sing it. And another person who I'm honored to have set my poetry to music is Lily Tobias, who is a recent graduate of Swarthmore, who both of us know from music. And Lily sent my poem, A Treatise on Tritones, which I wrote in honor of music theory and medieval music, and inspired by Jamie Blazina's classes on theory and medieval music. And Hannah is singing that, and it's lovely, a lovely soprano.
Buy your daughter a rose, she deserves it. It's getting late to go home, everyone knows it. Mom, do I have to go? School is important. I'd rather sit all alone than talk about it. And I think I'm falling in love with you. I don't know what you're again, no complaining. I hate the traffic at 7, the delaying. And I think I'm falling in love with you. I don't know what choice I should choose. I have fallen out of love with you. You can't hide from the existence blues. Managed to forget again, I'm so clueless. Can't get her out of my head, this is stupid.
Now I'm in love with you for the last time. It's the last time I'll sit on this bench with you. And from what you say, I guess it's past time, and I'll never see you again. I don't understand why you've got tears in your eyes. It's not what you wanted to show me. It's hard what you said, but I don't see why you act like you never did know me. Now I'm in love with you for the last time. It's the last time I'll sit on this bench with you. And from what you say, I guess it's past time, and I'll never see you again. Ah, that's all I can say. And now I'll walk away. I'll keep going till I'm so far on, and I'll never come back to this place, not today, and find out that you really are gone. Now I'm in love with you for the last time. It's the last time I'll sit on this bench with you. And from what you say, I guess it's past time, and I'll never see you again. When I start to think, that's when I start to think I'll just keep on going without you. I never will talk, and I never will blink, and I'll never hear nothing about you. Now you've rejected me for the last time. It's the last time I'll sit on this fence for you. And from what you say, I guess it's past time, and I'll never see you again. Um, so thank you for listening to all that music. And now, before our last piece, we want to give a few thank yous. So first, I'd like to thank Jenny Honig for recording and for being really helpful with that and for editing all the videos in the concert hall, recording in the concert hall, and then editing all the videos afterwards. And I also want to thank Deborah for accompanying us and for being our voice coach. And it's just been really wonderful to work with you, Deborah. And you've been so helpful and kind and generous. And I also want to thank my voice teacher, Clara, who is a lovely human being. And it's absolutely lovely to work with her every week and to have worked with her these past couple of years and sung. And thank you. And Hannah, I'll pass it over to you.
I also would like to thank my voice teacher, Laura, who it is terrifying but amazing to sing with you every single week. And I really appreciate all of the help that she has put in towards not only my singing, but answering all my phone calls in the middle of the night when I'm freaking out and when I think that I'm a terrible singer, as happens sometimes right before you go to sleep. So just for all the support in every way, thank you, Laura. And most importantly, I want to thank Ernie, Laura's dog, for not hating me because he hates everybody and he loves me and I love him, and he licks my face when I'm sad and I love him. So thank you, Ernie. I love you.
And we love you, Hannah, too. And I also just want to add briefly that Clara was really helpful in recording the audio and then editing it. So, this wouldn't be possible without that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we're going to move on to our last piece. It's a poem written by Reuben, set to music by me, and it has a very, very important message. If you haven't figured this out by now, we really, really want you to know that we are not dating.